Morning, folks. Yesterday we were thinking of the words of the Apostle in Hebrews 12 and in verse number 1. Let us run with endurance, perseverance, stickability. All those words are a good translation of the Greek word. Let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. And I pointed out that it's difficult to keep on going in the Christian life at times. For some of us, we have to run the race for many, many years before we eventually cross the finish line. And stickability is something that we need. How can we be motivated to keep going? Well, I think that the let us that we have in verse 1 here also carries over and applies to verse 2. The apostle says, looking to Jesus. And I think the idea is let us look to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith. Here, brethren, is the motivation to keep going. In verse 1, the apostle speaks about being surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses. And the picture there is of the athlete coming into the arena, and up in the gallery or up in the grandstand, in the seats all around, are those who previously had run in these races. And he could look up and he could see, champions of the past, and the thought that they were watching was a great motivation to the runner to keep on going and to give his best. The apostle turns the eye of the runner away from those who had previously competed, and he focuses it upon Jesus. He says, let us fix our eyes on Jesus, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. It's wonderful to be able to think of something that will motivate you and encourage you to keep going. Yesterday I mentioned that on the third day of the 6 marathon challenge that I was involved in, that I felt like giving up. It was hard, it was hot, I was tired, I felt like dropping out. But at that time, in my mind, I kept thinking about someone that I knew and someone whose condition had motivated me to do this 6 marathon challenge in the first place. It was a lady whom my wife and I knew when we were young. In fact, this lady had taught my wife in Sabbath school. And this lady had contracted Alzheimer's disease. She was very, very afflicted with this disease. It was in quite an advanced stage. And we had met her husband and her at a nursing home in which I was taking a Sabbath afternoon service. And I was so overcome with the tragedy of that woman's life that I decided that the Alzheimer's Society of Northern Ireland would be one of the beneficiaries of any monies raised from that 6 marathon challenge. And running along the Armagh Newry Road that day, feeling like giving up, a picture of this woman came into my mind. And not only her, but others that I knew who were suffering from this condition. And that helped me, that motivated me, that inspired me to keep on going. Yes, I was having it tough, but nowhere near as tough as the loved ones of those who were caring for those with this disease. It's good to have something to motivate you when you feel like giving up. The apostle says, let us look to Jesus. Let's think about him. Think about what he endured for us. He didn't give up. when things get hard and when he was being rejected, when he was being condemned, even though he was completely innocent, when he was being crucified, he didn't give up. He could have called down legions from heaven to take him down from the cross. He didn't. He persevered right to the end for you and for me. And if Jesus did that for us, is it asking too much that we keep on going, trusting him, serving him, following him, even when things for us are hard? They're never going to be as hard as they were for the Saviour. And so, looking unto Jesus, there we find our motivation for running with endurance the race that is set before us. Keep going, brethren. The winning post is becoming increasingly nearer, and those that endure to the end are saved. May God bless you.